And I will put the lie to the individuals of the NIH, particularly Gallo and Fauci and Hazeltine and Essex, and the rest of these scoundrels of the worst order.
That's Dr. Robert Willner. And first off, I want to apologize for being MIA for a minute, y'all. I've been trying to dive in on all this stuff that's going on, and honestly, I just had to step back and take a break, okay? Sometimes you have to do that. You have to just step back and take a break, right? Because all this information, it's just too much, and that's what they know. They know that they're putting this information out so fast. I'm going to do more videos about this later on this week, about the psyops and about how they're messing with you mentally and the toll that it's going to take on you. I'm going to do more videos about that. But right now, I want to focus in on this Dr. Robert Willner. I want to talk about him, and then I want to talk about Fauci, and I want to talk about DeSantis. Don't go anywhere, because I think you're going to really like this video. I'm 58 years old, and I grew up in the time when everybody was talking about AIDS. Don't you guys remember all that stuff? Magic Johnson was out there. He was the face of it. And what I'm trying to do here with the videos that I'm providing you guys is to show you guys the patterns, okay? There's always patterns. Everything is secular. It comes around, it comes around, it comes around. If you guys go look back in history, you'll see that everything is secular. It's not linear. So basically, I'm going to play the rest of this speech by Dr. Robert Willner. I want you to hear what he says, and then we're going to talk about it in a second.
We're talking about probably the most horrible scandal and scam ever perpetrated, not only in the name of science, but in humanity and in all history. Today is December 7th, and I was 12 years old when the attack on Pearl Harbor came, and I remember World War II very well. And it's a very significant day today, because I see an incredible parallel between what is going on in the so-called AIDS epidemic and what happened in the years preceding and resulting in World War II. The great lie of Hitler.
Did you hear him? The great lie of Hitler? That's a whole nother video, but I would encourage you to go get some AI and listen to some Hitler speeches, the ones that they left in German and then told you what he said. You should go listen to those for yourself. But I digress.
It's amazing. I think he would envy the job being done by members of the National Institutes of Health and even the media, especially in this country. And I will put the lie to the individuals of the NIH, particularly Gallo and Fauci and Hazeltine and Essex, and the rest of these scoundrels of the worst order. Criminals guilty of genocide, without a doubt. I invite them to take me to court. I wish Burroughs Wellcome would take me to court, because they have been putting out a killer drug knowingly. Because in a court of law, I would have the opportunity to provide the absolute proof and evidence, as I have in my book, Deadly Deception. Now, I'm not alone in what I'm doing here today. How does the press escape such obvious truths? Why would the finest virologist in the world, the most noted virologist, member of our National Academy of Sciences, Peter Duesberg, why would he put his entire career on the line? What did he have to gain? He's already lost his laboratory and his funding. They can't take away his professorship because he's tenured.
And one of the things Dr. Willner did to prove his theory was he would go to these movie theaters and he would take blood from an HIV patient and put it right into his own body. And he never got any symptoms of AIDS. I found that very, very interesting. Now, I know that everyone has such a short memory span. That's another reason why I dig up these old clips from the internet, so you can kind of see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on. Now, Dr. Willner also wrote a couple of books. One is called The Deadly Deception, and the other book is called The Cancer Solution. I would recommend that you get those books and do the reading for yourself and make your own conclusion. I do find it kind of weird that kind of the AIDS thing just kind of faded away, didn't it? Nobody was talking about it anymore. No one's making a thing about it. It's just like vanished into the night, kind of like COVID. I know a lot of you guys heard that Joe Biden had pardoned Fauci for crimes that he had not even committed yet, but he did get a presidential pardon. Here's Ron DeSantis talking about the presidential pardon that Fauci got and how possibly the states could actually go and get Fauci.
Yes.
Well, Governor, you mentioned that Tony Fauci came and set foot on Florida soil repeatedly during COVID. Well, fairly famously, he's been pardoned for all federal crimes, but that doesn't mean he's been pardoned for state crimes. There's something we the Florida Attorney General's office take on.
So the question is, honestly, it's a good one. So you have Fauci. First of all, I don't know if you saw this Elon Musk stuff. They identified 180,000 for a commemoration of Fauci at NIH headquarters. What the hell are they commemorating about Fauci? I mean, at best you can say, you know, you have the Super Bowl of public health, a pandemic, and he totally botched it. That's the best you can say without even getting involved in gain of function research and all the things that went in to that treachery. How you can venerate him, he got it, at best, you have to admit he got it wrong. When this country was looking for leadership, he was on TV. I've never seen anyone do more TV interviews. I was like, why isn't he looking at the data? And I was like, because he's always given interviews. That's why he's not looking at the data. But the issue, so Biden did a preemptive pardon of him, which is odd because, you know, if he didn't do anything wrong. So the question is what about like a state action? And I think the pardon made it more likely that states are going to look into it. Now, as governor, I don't have that investigatory ability, but our attorney general, who's got a new attorney, I appointed our old attorney general of the U.S. Senate. We got a new attorney general coming in who's great. I think he's of the mindset to look at this, to see what the jurisdictional hooks are, to see what if any statutes may have been violated. But I do think had Biden not pardoned him, I don't think you would have seen the states really do this. I think they would have deferred to the Trump administration. The reason why this could backfire on Fauci is because even if say Biden didn't pardon him, if the Trump administration had pursued charges against Fauci in, say, D.C., you're not going to prosecute someone from the swamp if the jury is comprised of the swamp. They will acquit. They protect the swamp. So Fauci, not only would they want to protect him, all those people probably deify him. I mean, you remember people were wearing like Fauci merchandise. I mean, like it was nuts what they were doing. But that's the thing. If you look at Bethesda or you look at Washington, D.C., the jury pool is going to be such that even if you wanted to do it, I think it'd be very difficult because of their mindset. Now, you know, if you start looking at some of these other states, those jury pools going to be a lot different potentially. So I don't think we've seen the end of it. I do think that it's very possible that the new AG in Florida looks and pursues this type of investigation, but I would also anticipate some other states would also do it. So it may end up boomeranging against Fauci. Biden intended to shield him from accountability, and it may have actually sparked state-based efforts to ensure his accountability. Yes.
I just want to bring to your attention that this is all just a big show, okay? Nothing, I keep saying this over and over and over, nothing. Not Trump, not anything that you're seeing happening is organic. Every single thing has been put in place by the string puppet masters, okay? I mean, I'm just telling you guys. So I'm going to do more videos coming up on what Trump's role is in all this stuff, right? But just keep an open mind, do your homework, share the videos with your friends. Right now, there's a lot of hive mind going on. You guys have heard that term before, right? And it is very large right now, okay? With all the stuff that Trump's doing, the hive mind is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And my job, okay, and what I've decided to do is kind of stay outside of the hive mind and to just bring you guys a little bit of alternative news. Sometimes it'll be in line with what is going on with the hive mind and what they're talking about, but a lot of times I'm going to divert your attention like away from Elon Musk and USAID right now, the big distraction, and I'm going to bring you back so you can kind of see all these plays and how all these actors are participating. Okay, they bring out these people that look authoritative. Okay, they give them these fancy titles, and the average person, all right, the average person is just going to accept the authority figure and just go along with whatever they say, right? And the people that don't do that, well, then they have to have a label, like conspiracy theorist or rebel or shit disturber, pardon my French. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be labels given to the people that don't go with the program. All right? But I found this information very interesting. I just want to show you guys what's going on here, okay? Because it's all part of the play, right? And I would be highly surprised, it's just one man's opinion, if we'll see one person ever really held accountable for this. If you'll ever see a Chuck Schumer, a Nancy Pelosi, you know, all these people that have been in this stuff for all these years, totally corrupting and bankrupting our country, okay? You'll never see them for treason. You'll never see Fauci for all that crimes against humanity. You're not going to see a single person probably, for sure, held accountable. And if you do, it's going to be low-lying fruit, just like these executive orders that Trump's putting out. Everyone is very fired up about it, but just remember, the executive orders can be turned around by the next president, okay? So until they're laws, it's all just fodder. Share this video with your friends. I don't know if you guys, did you know this stuff? Did you know about Dr. Willner? And also, you could look up Gershon, right? Dr. Gershon. Because he actually went to Congress back in the day with all the people that he cured, with all the documents and paperwork and everything. Like, he did one of the largest studies on this stuff, and he cured them with the food, which is exactly what Dr. Willner says. If you go read his books, he says, and that's why they ran him out of there, is that he said basically that you can fight illness with food. Okay, and he's a doctor. I'm not. I don't play one on YouTube. But that's what he said. And even Hippocrates said 2,000 years ago, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Okay, so you guys have to think to yourself, why do they want to take over the food system? Why are they putting all these chemicals in the food system? And then just start freeing your mind, okay? Because we're going to need a lot of free minds to keep us out of this trap. See you guys on the next video. Share this with your friends. Sorry I had to take some time off. I'm back at it now. I'm getting fired up. And I got some really good information coming for you guys that you can share to help you figure out what's going on. Yeah, what's going on.
Did you guys know that in the 16, 17, and 1800s, chocolate was consumed as a beverage? There was no such thing as a chocolate candy bar. Well, we're bringing chocolate tea back to the 21st century because it's loaded with antioxidants our body loves, and it's a great source of magnesium that's wonderful for bone and heart health. It's a great addition to your coffee machine or your French press, or just along with your favorite sweetener. You can find it at offgridwithdougandstacy.com, along with our brand new tea infuser, simple to use for easy steeping. Cheers!